If you're old here, then thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it and it means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, then do so please. If you're new here, then welcome to Secret Sauce with Chris. Today we'll be making some flan, and this is usually my mother's recipe, but because of what the world has become, we cannot drive down to New York to get it from her. So my boyfriend has been annoying me for weeks now because he's been wanting this flan. But he wants it to taste exactly like my mother's. So disclaimer, this recipe is not mine, instead it's my mother's, but I'm here to share it with you. Alright, so I know what you guys are thinking right now. Damn, Chris, I thought these videos were supposed to be easy, Chris. Damn, girl. Well, no problem. They are gonna be easy. I promise. It's gonna be the same step-by-step video. I mean, I get it. That teaser looks so good, but you're gonna be able to make that in your home too. Now, I want to just remind you, if you actually like these videos, please subscribe. For some reason, my math is not calculating right. I have about 500 views on all my videos and about 30 subscribers or so. So please like, comment, and subscribe. At this point, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Next, we're going to start mixing our ingredients. In goes the carnation milk. Next, we're going to put in our vanilla. We're now going to put condensed milk. Now this stuff is so good. You're going to want to take a squeegee spatula and take everything out of there. You don't want anything staying behind. It's so good. Lastly, we're going to want to put in our eggs. Now we're going to want to put our mixer to low. And when you're mixing, just the key here is to try not to overmix. When you overmix, you start to create bubbles inside the batter, the cluster that we're now making, and you don't want your flan to come out with bubbles in them. So try to mix it until it's just everything's nicely blended, incorporated, until smooth. So I stopped here for a moment. I did see there was still some eggs, so I decided to mix it a little more, but on low. Next, we're now gonna start to make our caramel. Now, this you have to kind of babysit with. This can easily burn, and then you're just gonna have to start all over again. When I first started making flan when I was a lot younger, I mean, I had to throw this stuff out and do it again, like trial and error every time I try making flan. Mom would come into the rescue, and I don't understand why I would always mess up on this part, but you just gotta be very patient and let it do its thing. With sugar, when it reaches a certain temperature point, the sugar loses its water, which at that point it starts to create different types of compound flavors, elements of caramel, for example, like butterscotch or a nutty, toasty flavor. So the more you cook it, the different types of flavors you're going to get out of it. Now, here our goal is to just cook it until it turns into an amber color. You'll start to see. So at this point, it's starting to melt down. Now this is the part where it always used to scare me. I always felt like I was messing up because it wasn't fully, it wasn't converting into a liquid, and I always used to add water, which was a big no-no, because when you add water into melted sugar, it just clumps up into balls. So just let it do its thing, just keep on stirring. You're going to have a nice caramel sauce, you'll see. We're almost getting there now. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I am controlling the temperature of the stove. I started off with medium high. It started smoking just a bit, and I ended up turning it down to medium instead. Now it's doing its thing. Now this is the color that you definitely want here. We're just gonna want everything just to melt down. Now with this, you have to be very careful when putting it into your pan. You do not want to spill this on you at all. It's going to hurt. So be very careful when mixing and dealing with hot sugar. I honestly could just keep on stirring this all day. It is just so satisfying. Not only satisfying, but it's also very relaxing to me. I probably sound so crazy to y'all, but I promise I'm not. I just really like baking here, so this is my favorite thing to do. We still have a few clumps of sugar here. We just want to cook it down. And we're done here. Now this looks so good. This is definitely the color you're gonna want to go for. If you keep on cooking it down, it starts to get a lot darker, and that's where you start to get the other flavor of elements. Now we're just gonna put it in our pan. Again, be very careful, because if this stuff gets to your skin, it's gonna burn you. After this, we're now going to want to put our liquid mixture in there as well. Perfect. Next, we're just going to want to cover this with some aluminum foil. At this point, you're going to now want to go get a bigger pan so our pan can fit into it. See, I don't have a lot of pans, so I'm just going to use my pot that I usually make rice in. And what we're now going to create is a baño de Maria, or also called as bain marie. It's just a hot bath. So you're going to want to put in the flan into this pan. And we're just going to fill it up with water. Hot water at that. I've started my tea kettle at that point as well. So it's just heating up some water. Here's my electric tea kettle. We love tea in this household, so this is clutch. You should get one if you do too. So we're just gonna pour in our water, and look at that. Thank God for that aluminum foil, because if not, we would have added water into our mixture. So we're just gonna continue to pour, and we just wanna leave about an inch or so. You wanna basically cover the whole pan. What I've left is just an inch right on top. A baño de Maria is necessary here because flan is very delicate and it needs to be cooked in water as opposed to just putting it right into the oven. Do not skip this step at all. It's needed. Now, just a reminder again, please preheat your oven to 350, and I'm going to let it cook for about an hour. Check on it. If it's still not done, add another 30 minutes. Check on it. If it's still not done, add another 30 minutes. But this should definitely be done within an hour to two. Now you're gonna know it's done when you put in a toothpick and it comes out clean. Just like when you're making a cake, you put a toothpick and it comes out clean. Into the oven this goes. Now, when it is done, you're gonna wanna let it cool down for about an hour. When it's cold, it should look just like this. And it cooked up for about an hour. So this is what we got as an end result. At this point, you're gonna wanna release the flan. So I'm just cutting out the edges for a nice smooth release. You're gonna now wanna get a plate and get a bigger plate than the one that I grabbed, and you're gonna see why in just a few moments. This is the most nerve-wracking moment here. OMG. Not so bad, right? Now you see why I said to grab a bigger plate? I mean, like, come on, Crystal, really? But that, I just easily fixed it. Here's my end result. So yummy. So guys, see, I told you, I kept my promise. This is gonna be easy to make. Now I do have to go because I have my boyfriend who is just drooling all over this flan and he wants to just dig into it. So I need to cut him a piece of that soon. But I just want to remind you guys, if you truly do like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Share so other people can enjoy them as well. Now I just want to let you know that us Latin folks, we love to eat flan when we're celebrating something such as Christmas or something of that sort. But I mean, you can eat this vanilla, custard, and caramel sauce whenever you want, and especially now because of the way the world is, we're gonna need a little something to sweeten up our lives, right? So why not with this flan?